Hello and welcome to this Transcribe Right tutorial. This is the Sonia half of Claire and Sonia. As part of running your own business, it's important that you keep records to hand to your accountant at financial year end, as well as being able to keep track of your earnings and expenditures. There are several options you can use, and we will be looking at 3 of the options in course module 2. You can buy a pre-printed ledger from your local office supplies outlet and write all of your income and expenses in that. You can use an Excel spreadsheet or a Word document with formulas. I have prepared short tutorials showing how to use each of these options, and in this current tutorial I will show you how to use a simple Word document containing a table with formulas. Okay, let's begin. If you could open the Word spreadsheet template that we've provided you with. This document's just so I can show you how to do some basic things with a Word table if you're not comfortable using Excel to keep your bookkeeping records in. You can play with this template document that we've provided to you and make whatever changes that you would like to make so that it works for you. And you'll open it up and you'll see that I've set it up. It looks pretty similar to the paper ledger book that I showed you how to use. I've set up a table in Word, and it is, I think it's 12 columns that I've put in, and I've used the same column categories that I used in the paper ledger book. So what you'll want to do is change the fields up here. This spreadsheet you create in Word, it's the same as what you would do in Excel, and you're going to create one for each month and save it. So your little business name would go up here, whatever that might be. If you're in Australia, you'd probably record your ABN number here as well. And then the dates of the tax year that you are collecting these records for. So 1 July 2017 to 30 June 2018 for me. Then I'm going to record what month these records are for. They're going to be for July. Down in the table, we're going to do a little bit of formatting on it. The date and the description, you'll want to keep those justified to the left, but for the columns that you're going to be putting money amounts into, it's better to select those and change the justification to right. That way they'll be flush up to the right side and they'll look nice and neat and tidy for you. And then it's just going to be really easy to use. Like I said, change any of the headings here on this template, add in extra columns if you need different columns, do whatever you need to do to make this little spreadsheet work for you. It is just an alternative to using Excel if you're not comfortable in Excel. Excel's probably the better way to go if you can be comfortable in that environment, but some people aren't, and the paper ledger book or a little spreadsheet document in Word works better for them. It'll be straightforward. You'll put the date of the transaction, the purchase, whatever you want to record in there. Maybe as we've put the month up here, we can just put the day. So on the 2nd of July, I went to Officeworks and purchased a desk. So that's office equipment. I'm tabbing across, so you tab across a table to move through the cells, and you can shift tab to move backwards through the cells. It's the same when you're in Excel. You can tab and shift tab to move around through the cells. So we're going to go into office equipment, and the desk cost me $250. Then on the 5th, I purchased an office chair. I want to put a few things in because I need to show you how to use the formula in a Word table so that you can add up your columns. So the chair cost me $99. So the thing with using a table in Word as opposed to an Excel spreadsheet, Excel is obviously going to be the better way to go, but like I said, you can get away with using a Word table if you feel more comfortable using Word, but you will have to get the formula to work in the cells. the blank cells here that don't have any amounts in need to have a 0 balance for the formula to work. So as you go through and put each entry in, you'll just have to remember to tab across and put 0 in the other cells. Alternatively, you could set the table up originally with 0 in all of the cells, and then as you put an entry in, you would change the cell that the amount belongs into. So on the 9th, I paid my internet for the month. And so on. Then when you reach the bottom, you've filled out all of the transactions that you had for the month. We better put in some monies received. So we can have a look at that. On the 10th, XYZ paid me $250 for services rendered. And on the 11th, ABC paid me $900 for services rendered. Okay, and then when you're ready to put the totals in for the month, if you just put a total in there, and then we're going to insert the sum formula into the cells so that it'll add up the numbers that you've put in for each column. The way you do that is you want to have your cursor sitting in the column that you want to total. You'll go up to Table menu and into Formula. Then it usually pops this up for you straight away. The formula you want is sum above. Then you want to select the number format, and the number format, if you pick this second one here where it's going to give you a decimal point for dollars. And then when you click OK, you'll see that Word has gone and it has added the amounts above in this column and given me a total. So you can do that for each column. Up to Table, select Formula, you want it to be sum above, change the number format and click OK. You can also just highlight the cell that you've got a formula in, copy, and you can paste the formula. And you can see that the cells, the columns that don't have any amounts in them are going to be blank. 0 balance. So you'll do that all the way across, and that will be your spreadsheet for July. You would save that into a folder where you're keeping all of your tax records, and you would start with a new blank document for August. So you could set this document up and have all blanks in it and keep it as a template, and just open up the template document each month and fill out the figures. Then at the end of the year you'll have 12 little spreadsheets to print out, and you'll be able to take them along to your accountant so they can prepare your tax return. So that's how you can use Word to keep track of your office records. I hope that tutorial has been helpful, and I'll say goodbye and see you in the next tutorial. Bye!